Live 105 is an alternative rock station located in Market Forest, San Francisco, and owned by CBS. It is one of the biggest and, in my opinion, best stations in radio located at the CBS building in San Francisco's business district. The first thing you'll notice when entering Live 105 is the numerous awards on the wall from such places as Billboard magazine and art album displays that are basically thank yous from bands such as the Smashing Pumpkins and Radiohead. Also, they got a pretty badass setup for Guitar Hero and Rock Band right in the main lobby. The Live 105 studio itself is pretty small, but it has all the tools needed to pull together its programming, commercials, sweepers, and most importantly, the music. Here we can see some of the staff hard at work at their job.
There you go.
The Live 105 staff I was able to interview for this video and covered all aspects of radio, from the program director to one of the morning DJs and many more. These people are...
What's up, Sonoma State?
What's up, Sonoma State? Hello.
What's up, Sonoma State? This is Aaron Axelson from Live 105 San Francisco.
A MySpace bulletin. An employee here named Menace posted a bulletin saying that the prior morning show needed an intern. And I sent him a picture and said, I love this show, I love this station, and I'd love to work with you guys, and it happened. Well, I got started in radio last year. I was interning at a station in San Diego. And then I actually got to know the White Menace in 2007. I met him at BFD. And we just kept in touch because I'm a huge, music maniac.
Yeah.
And so we just always kept in touch. Like, I would run into him at shows and things like that. And then things didn't work out for me down in San Diego, so I decided to move back up here. And Menace heard about it, and so he asked me to be his sidekick when we were doing the free-for-all. And yeah, and then I got promoted, so.
I started off at Live 105 through another radio station that's no longer here. I started off at a talk radio station for CBS, and there was a morning show on Live 105 who I really liked, and I started giving them suggestions, and they liked my suggestions, so they hired me on to that morning show, and that's how I ended up here.
I started as an intern. So I was born and raised in the Bay Area, grew up in the East Bay. I worked in record stores and was DJing and really loved music. Majored in mass communications, studied radio. I was in Hayward in college, and I was at college radio for 4 years at KCRH, 89.9, a small station in the East Bay. You kind of used all that experience to parlay just into an internship. I started as an intern in 1994.
Dang. And
worked my way up. I became music director in 1998. So about 4 years of just grunt work and just kind of getting my foot in the door and doing things. And then became APD in 2002. And I'm also an on-air personality. I've been doing the Subsonic show since I launched our weekly electronic mix show. I launched that in 1997, and I've been doing Soundcheck since '99. So I've been on-air personality as well as programming.
like many radio stations, Live 105 has a typical morning, afternoon, evening, and night shift. So I asked a few of them.
You have to be a little insane to do it because, I get up at 3:45 in the morning, 3:30 in the morning, and early hours, but I get off work before half the people I know wake up. Yeah. So it's awesome. And it's the most laid-back, fun working environment that I've experienced yet. Working nights is a lot of fun. I went from working weekends here, also getting up at like 5 in the morning, and it's a little bit harder to get motivated because you know that there aren't as many people listening. Whereas at nights, like where your target audience is. Like I know like my audience is out and about. They're having house parties. They're on their way to the bars, and so it's a lot of fun. And people call in and text in and they tell me what they're doing. They're going to concerts and I'm shouting them out, and so it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of interaction going on.
Okay. Along with the usual radio programming, Live 105 also has some special programming on the weekends. The first of which is Radio Soundcheck, put on by program director Aaron Axelson, and features numerous artists that are relatively unknown or local, put on in a very old school style with music being played in real time via CDs.
But Soundcheck is designed really to cater to those that just have a real insatiable appetite for discovering new bands. The early adapters, the tastemakers, the ones that are out checking out local bands, the ones that are in the clubs, the ones that are online, the ones that are, you know, the ones that are reading blogs, and it's kind of it's a showcase for new up and coming talent. It's kind of like in layman's terms, Soundcheck is kind of like a AAA farm league for Live 105.
Yeah.
I develop bands on the Soundcheck level that sometimes, a lot of times, you know, bands like Muse or Killers, or bands like even, you know, this year Mumford & Sons or Phoenix. All I would be playing a lot of unsigned or emerging artists that I embrace on Soundcheck before they, you know, get the call up to the big leagues, which would be an ad on Live 105 playlist.
The other special program is Jelly Radio, which is run by White Menace and looks to possibly be the new frontier of radio.
Jelly Radio is a listener experience that's never been done before. For the past, I don't know, 25 years, or maybe in the history of radio, listeners never could really change the music as it's happening. And with Jelly, you can go online and actually affect the music in real time. Whatever's playing on Jelly through the internet is being fed to our radio station, which goes off into the airwaves.
In case that didn't make any sense to you, here is an instructional video from Menace himself.
Let's run through jelly.net right now. You can go to your web browser, type in www.jelly.net, that's Jelli.net. Now if you're a first-time user, you're going to click I want in. Then you fill out all the information that's required. You get a username, your email, all that, and then you get a confirmation email. Click on that, and it'll take you back to the website. The first page you're ever going to see is a tuner page. Click Live 105, that'll take you to the Live 105 room. You're going to see the chat room, you're going to see the song that's playing right now, you're going to see 3 songs in the preview, and all the other songs in the preview. Now, if you don't like any of the songs in the preview, you can go up to the search. I'm going to type in Lit, Miles' favorite band. Yeah. Then you'll see Lit. You click on Lit, and then you select the song that you like. You can make it one of your favorites, or you can just vote it up. I'm going to click the Live 105 logo. That'll take me back to the main page. Now I can see that song under my favorites. I click favorites. I can vote it up, vote it down, rocket it. We have the basic chat room. At live105.com, you say hello world, have fun, and you actually control every single song playing on the radio station. I am not playing around. We're the only station doing this, and I hope you enjoy it. It's a free-for-all.
Unlike some smaller radio stations, Live 105 has an employee in the studio at all times. Megan Holiday was able to show me how she's able to edit a sounder while still playing music on the fly.
That would be your Fighters of Foo on the Bay Area's Alternative Live 105, but I know what you guys want. You're waiting for your Spookfest 2010 and Gorillaz tickets. All you gotta do is text the word party right now to 36105. And do a little of this. Oh, I'm not getting it. Come on. Spookfest 2010 and Gorillaz tickets. All you gotta do is text the word party right now to 36105.
Party on, dudes!
For promotion, Live 105 puts on 3 music festivals every year. The first of which is BFD, which always takes place in the summer at the Shoreline Amphitheater and features numerous alternative and techno acts. The second of which is Not So Silent Night, which takes place in December at either the HP Pavilion or the Oracle Arena and features primarily alternative rock acts. The third and the newest music festival to Live 105 is Spookfest, which is always put on near Halloween and features numerous electronic and techno acts and is basically a giant rave in the Cow Palace. Program director Aaron Axelson handpicks every act that performs at each festival. So I asked him,
For me, booking BFDs and Not So Silent Nights, it has to be a lot of integrity and a lot of passion and a lot of insight and a lot of integrity that goes into the festivals. I don't just generically book bands that are topping the charts. I want to put bands that people care about, passion bands. I want to put together a cohesive concert. I don't want it to be too much of a train wreck. I don't want to go from a hard rock band to an electronic act. You know, I want the show to be cohesive, but I also want it to represent what the radio station is, what Live 105 embodies.
Yeah.
new music, cutting edge, alternative rock, and that's kind of that's more of a simplistic term for it. It can, BFD can embody social distortion or Matt and Kim. It kind of runs the gamut.
Yeah.
It depends. And it's just, again, it's booking bands I think people are really going to care about. Okay, and just kind of putting it together and making it work.
Yeah.
And to me, it's not going to be a train wreck. So it's kind of it's more not as black and white as that. A lot of it's timing too. I want to book bands that are usually going to have new albums out.
Yeah.
It's sort of serendipitous for me to book artists that are going to be touring on a new album. They are more amenable to play radio festivals when they have a new album to promote.
Live 105 is owned by CBS, which is a corporate institution, not so much unlike Clear Channel. So, for my final question, I asked a few of them.
No, not really. Actually, it works to my benefit. I actually also do traffic on KCBS as Katie Green through a company called Metro, also owned by CBS, so there was no conflict of interest. So when you work for a massive company like this, you have a lot more freedom to moonlight in other places to get more exposure because they're all owned by the same people, so if they have interchangeable personalities, it works.
I hear that from college students all the time on how Clear Channel is evil, Clear Channel is controlling. I worked for Clear Channel and for 8 years, and I've worked for CBS and I've worked other companies. Like, they're all the same, and they're not evil. If you want to be, Mr. Independent and you want to play the music you want to play, then go. There's the fucking internet. Make your own radio station. If you want to keep it real, as you say, and play better music, then go do that. You have the power. Like, the Clear Channel and CBS and all this stuff, as much as college students want to believe that they're controlling the music, they are not. They aren't. They do research and see what the masses want. And the masses want this new Katy Perry record, then we're going to give them the Katy Perry record. Even though you're in college and you think LCD Sound System or Mad Kim is fucking awesome and should get played more, well, you guys need to start filling out some surveys with your friends and get those songs on the radio.
Yeah. Dude, I love that.
I love CBS. I went from working in an independent radio station where I really felt like they didn't really care. They didn't really value me at all. And I was putting in a lot of time and I wasn't getting paid. And they fired me for some trivial reason. Later I found out they were going bankrupt, and so they were, and I saw them fire, amazing people. Even last week they fired like my really good friend who is a great DJ, and it's just like I feel like they're so afraid, they're trying so hard to keep up with corporate that they're losing the whole family aspect of what a radio station should be. And I feel like at CBS I was really embraced here with open arms and really supported by everyone that I work with, and I feel like we're a really good family. And once you learn the politics of radio, like what Menace was saying about how, like the masses want what they want. They want to hear Muse 100 times, They want to hear Linkin Park. They want Nickelback. They call me and they want Nickelback, We have to play that stuff. Like, that's why, like, the indie stations, they're not going to make it because of course it's, you've got to infuse the new music and stuff. It's great because we have Soundcheck here. Aaron Axelson is amazing. He brings on so much stuff that would never get on other corporate radio stations. And so in San Francisco, we're pretty lucky. Like, we're pretty lucky to have Live 105 because this was the first station that I loved. When I was in college and I listened to Live 105, I was like, I love this station. I found out about like Cold War Kids, Silver Sun Pickups, like, bands like that I would have never really probably learned about till later. So I think that, sometimes it's a misconception, and I've been really just like astounded by how great CBS has treated me, and how real that they are with their jocks, and we try to hook up our listeners as much as we can. We have contests every week. We put on like Not So Silent Night and Spook Fest. What's that?
Interviews with their listeners.
We also hook up interviews with our listeners. We try to be personable and relatable. So, yeah.
All right.